Wow, my dear sister, Temple connecting with the living God. That name, the people you surrounded yourself with, the people you're working with, the people you're deliberately, mentoring, like you said, and your definition of what success is for you, just powerful. Now, I want to ask you, what are some of the key lessons that you feel you've personally gained as an educator? Like you said earlier on, when you had no clue, you were a vice, a teacher somewhere, and people used to put generator on yours is coming, do your work, but now you went through all that and having, loving, supportive husband, and everybody that's been a village, I would call it, or a tribe for you, or as we say in South Africa, Ubuntu. So you have all that, working for you, and along the way, I'm sure there'll be days where probably you go, what did I get myself into? But there'll be days, more days of, right, I'm passionate about this, I'm doing this. What are some of the key lessons that you can share with us that will help a younger Shirley somewhere in Akwa Ibom? They will say, okay, I've seen a need, I want to start a school, or just become an entrepreneur, or whatever. What are some of the key lessons, for a young business to start up their own business or to become an educator?
To start up their business or to be a young educator, I would say, first of all, the thought of it alone, wanting to be an educator, has to come from somewhere. You must have a love for it. You have to want to. See, don't go into what you don't love. You see, that passion, that love will sustain you through the hard times. So you have to love what you want to get into. Don't be afraid to start.
Right.
Sometimes it looks as if it is daunting. The policies, the financial aspect of it, you think, how will I ever get around to being a world-class school or business? Don't let that deter you. Just remember, you can start small. In fact, you're better off, you are best when you start small. When you are hands-on, don't delegate too many things. If you delegate too many things, you run into trouble when those people are not there. One thing I had going for me was I did everything. I opened the gates, so I was a gate man at the time. I drove the school bus, our first school bus, a highest bus, 15-seater highest bus. I would drive it to pick children from school. And so when we got a driver, there was no way the driver could call my dad.
Abi?
When we started giving school lunch, I cooked it in my kitchen. I would wake up as early as 3 a.m. and I would cook and get the food ready for these children. So I did everything. I would be the first to get to work, I would be the last to go home. And so there was absolutely, and because I had already worked as a teacher, I knew what I wanted. I had been in a world-class school, so I knew that I couldn't do less. So subject yourself to training. Don't jump into something that you are not trained for. Go and gain enough experience outside. Let someone mentor you. Sit under a good leader and watch. Any task, any assignment they give to you, do it. Regardless, it will come in handy. I always tell people, we all walk around with a bag, an invisible bag, called a bag of experience. No matter what it is you face, no matter that task you get to do, it goes into your bag of experience. If it made you cry, it will go in there. If you did not make, if you enjoyed it, it will go in there. So because you're going to pull out of that bag the experiences that you need, lessons you've learned that you would use to navigate through the rest of your journey. So no experience is wasted. Subject yourself to that training. go through it for a period, and whilst you're doing it, you're putting down all the things you need to prepare and get ready. Go for trainings. Don't rely on just your experience, because your mentor might be limited. As good as that person is, they might be limited. So subject yourself to training. Thankfully now there's so much out there. So as you subject yourself to training, as you prepare and plan, I tell you, when you start, it will be smooth sailing.
Ah, that's deep. Whew, I wanted to, you saw me right in there. I'm like, this is a master class. And I think I actually was remembering some of what I was discussing as well on the way here with my cousins, nephew, as I'll call him, so it's that, all that, as well. So, wow. Let me now go to my final question, and I know we've run out of time, but my final question is, I know obviously you're already meeting a need in terms of education, a social issue, you're meeting that. What social issue, apart from things related to education, in that, line that you're doing, are you passionate about, or would you like to see somebody, do something about it? So that's one. But then I want you to come up with, what are some of the solutions to that problem? Social issues like teenage pregnancy, crime, I don't know, I don't want to put it out there, but I'm sure there's something maybe you're passionate, about, or you are already doing, or would love to, or would you want others to do?
One thing that bothers me, and if I had more opportunities, financial, I would probably try and do something about. It is the young people of Nigeria, the youth. I see potential, talent, creativity just wasting away. I know that the youth of this nation are intelligent. They are creative. They have the capacity to succeed. It hurts me when I see them doing less than what I know they're capable of doing. I weep when I see young people, able-bodied, running with pure water on the streets of Lagos to sell, to make money, when I know that this one just needs a little brushing up here and there, and they will be a strong workforce for this country. So that is what ails my heart when I think about my nation, when I think of one area that I would love to impact positively. It is youth and innovation. I want to see them be everything that they want to be and more. Because when we talk about the vices, it is because they are not challenged enough. They are not given enough to do. They are not given enough room to grow. They are not given the chance to succeed. We box them up and say they are not succeeding. We deprive them of training and we say they are not succeeding. They are lazy youth or whatever. No, these children, the youth of Nigeria, regardless of where they are located, whether in the northernmost part of Nigeria to the southernmost part, every youth in this world, actually, they are capable of so much more, and Africa is not doing right by them.
So what are the solutions?
I think that Nigeria, for one, should go into production. See, when we go into production, we create jobs. They need to work. They need to have a source of income. You see, these young people don't even like being dependent on their parents. That is one thing that frustrates them. So when they have something to do and they're earning their own money, first they're going to get off the streets, get off drugs, get off all the vices that we're accusing them of. They will become useful to themselves, their families, and the nation. So yes, we have to change and become a productive nation. A nation that begins to set up industries, grow the modern industries, technology, science, develop in so many other ways that we know we're capable of. Because we go out of this country and we're hired in big companies, yes, blue chip companies hire us to do awesome things for them. Why not here? Why not here? So that is what I think we can do.
My dear sister Shirley, I salute you. I celebrate you. I honor you. I see you. You're doing so much in even the lives of those you have been entrusted with at the moment. The ones since 2004, the ones before 2004, in terms of you teaching, in all the schools that you've taught in. And I know her as well. And you probably wouldn't like me saying this, but I'll say it. I know how you give. I know how you give, through to just others. And that's the one I know. Based on, you hear, this school, or a teacher, former teacher, or this, you were like, I'll give this, I'll support this. Thank you. That's the one I know. I don't know what else. So, and I know for me, when we do programs like this, I always say it's about how your story, and I love how you took it down to, you used to stand at the gate.
Yes.
You used to drive the bus.
Yes.
You used to cook.
Yes.
You probably used to clean.
Yes, yes. Oh, absolutely. Who will sweep?
Toilets.
Who will wash the toilets? Yes. Yes.
So how, all that has helped you to become who you are. And how that will encourage some of our young ones. Yes, we have young ones sometimes who want instant gratification. So I'm hoping your story, you sharing that story, would help. Even if it's one young person in Surulere, in Kalita, in South Africa where I come from, the township there, in Malawi, wherever the children to watch this. For me, that is what this program is about. So thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for allowing us to hear some of, your story. And I actually want to come back. I always want to hear more. I'm a bore. So I want to hear more. And when I say I want to hear more, not just from you, maybe from your learner. So if you don't mind, can I have an open invitation?
Absolutely.
For whenever we want to come back?
Anytime.
To hear the story from your learner, from one of your stakeholder or anyone, your teacher, somebody who's been with you. So we will want to continue that story, to hear that story. Temple ambassadors, what they're doing, how they're doing, how they're helping to solve problems, how they're helping to develop Nigeria, how they're helping to develop Africa as a continent, and the world at large. Because like you said, our people are everywhere. And it starts from the seed, which you sow. So I salute you. Kudos to you. I pray that God that you serve and that you said is about the relationship with Him for you continues to lift you up, to give you the health that you need, the strength that you need, the grace that you need, the wisdom to manage different aspects of your stakeholders, from the children to their parents, grandparents, even neighbors, and even the government, in terms of regulations, rules, needs, and so on. And God will keep lifting you. And thank God for the partner He has given you, Mr. Robert, and your children as well, because they give of you to others, and your grandchildren give of you. Thank you for what you're doing. So in closing, I always do this. I want you to speak a word of, I know all what you've said has been words of encouragement, words of advice, and so many nuggets, in there. But I want you now, whoever you want to speak to directly, to please look in that camera and speak to them and give them anyone you want to speak to. I don't know. Whoever you want to speak to. Please.
I want to speak to you, my sisters. I want to speak to the women. Sometimes our community, our culture, our tradition limits us, and we think we cannot succeed at something bigger than what we're doing. I'm here to assure you that as long as you're committed to whatever you decide you want to do, stay there, stay with it. Your first assignment, if you are married, your first assignment is to your home. If you're single, your first assignment is to yourself and to your family. Focus. Stay the course of the training and the difficult times that will come as you plan to grow. I tell you, it will pay off in the end. I want you to succeed, because when the woman is succeeding, the home too is succeeding. The community will succeed. And the children above all, they will be strengthened and they too will succeed. So to my fellow women, I wish you well, and I know that your turn will come with Mama K. She will come and interview you too, just to let the world see that you're succeeding too.
Woo! My dear sister,
My dear sister, it is well.
Chief,